Hi, and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this reading, I'm going to be doing a channeled love letter from your person. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the green calcite, along with this letter. Group 2 is the amethyst, along with this letter. And group 3 is the rose quartz, along with this letter. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead, which I do recommend using so that you can skip over me shuffling cards in between groups to clear the energy of the group I've just read for and tap into the energy of the group I'm about to read for. So again, I'll give you a minute. Please use the timestamps and we'll get into your reading. Hi, Group 1. You chose the green calcite, along with this letter, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some oracle cards to kind of tap into the energies of where this person is at right now in their own personal journey in regards to the connection. Okay, so we have ceremony, invocation, iceberg, submerged, and cave, sanctuary. So with this idea of iceberg submerged, this can really speak about the subconscious, a lot of fears that this person is being confronted with right now that have really been stirred up perhaps through some recent social interactions with other people, this recent kind of holiday season that we have just come through. It's a timeless reading, so whenever you are finding these messages and they resonate, please take that as applicable. But at the time I'm recording this, we're kind of in the middle of January of 2023. So the recent holiday season, kind of the end of 2022, looping over into the new year, all of this might have been a very kind of chaotic and emotional time for this person. It's the idea of almost this energy of kind of releasing the old, but not yet being yet sure how to kind of bring in the new. Some experiences that they may have had that provided them with some clarity about what is no longer working in their life. Relationships that are under kind of strain or stress, or their way of kind of approaching and interacting with certain people in their lives, or even their relationship to themselves has really been tested at this point in time. So again, dredging up a lot from the subconscious as far as patterns, some wounds within themselves, and kind of a period of introspection as well with the idea of cave and sanctuary, perhaps even efforts that are being made currently to kind of run from these uncomfortable truths that have really been brought to the surface or that are being mirrored to them through their interactions with other people. It almost feels like somebody who deliberately or kind of involuntarily has been pushed into sort of a cocoon phase in their life. There's a lot that they're needing to think about. There's a lot that they're needing to evaluate. Somebody who may just for the first time or the first time in a while be starting to explore kind of the nature of their role in circumstances in their lives, how they may have in the past kind of projected or blamed other people for circumstances or difficulties. It's almost a glaring reality that they are having to accept some personal responsibility in this, but a tendency again to kind of stuff down or avoid, or even things that have long been stuffed and avoided, that are really the idea of invocation is this is being brought to the forefront of their attention right now. This can also, with the idea of ceremony, this is kind of bringing to mind somebody who might be in the stages of sort of purging or releasing maybe some toxic patterns, toxic belief systems, or even kind of toxic or one-sided connections from their life, again, voluntarily or involuntarily. A lot coming to the surface, masks being revealed. The idea of cave speaks to reading the writing on the wall. So a lot of illusions that they had been really operating under are no longer sufficient places to hide anymore. They're needing to kind of reflect or to even rewrite the story, rewrite the narrative, rewrite how these kind of other relationships are taking place in their lives, the roles that they are playing, kind of how they are participating in give and take with other people, and so kind of a deep introspective period, sort of the energy of kind of a dark night of the soul period, that they are again voluntarily or involuntarily having really been sort of pushed or propelled into. There's a heaviness here in this energy, but also, a lot of kind of detail-oriented energy where through this heaviness, even if they can't really sense movement forward, the way forward is not known. They're needing to go into that shell, needing to go into hiding, needing to go into that cocoon. They are looking around at those circumstances and surroundings. Perhaps there's no choice but to look at these things, or they are really taking this opportunity, maybe with a lot of time on their hands, feeling the pressure, feeling this need to almost retreat from the world, to kind of withdraw into themselves, looking around in a new way or seeing things from a different vantage point that might have kind of been missed by them before, or that they had avoided before, and all of this really being the grounds for transformation within themselves and in their lives kind of further down the road. But at this point in time, it almost feels like kind of gathering the supplies for that transformation, making those plans, really taking into account and consideration what they're surrounding themselves with, as well as this kind of internal landscape within them and how that is playing a role in these outside circumstances that they are experiencing, or that they are creating or participating in. So I'm going to read the channeled letter from their higher self now and see, what does your person want you to know? Group 1. There is a box of memories with your name on it that I dare not look at. More times than I would care to admit, I have entertained the possibility of reaching out to you and baring my soul. Time has been our enemy in this situation. The ache of your absence in my life has not lessened as everyone told me it would. I have gone to indescribable lengths to extinguish your essence, yet you persist in calling me home. I have wandered far from the path we were meant to walk together, and I question my worthiness to stand by your side again this late in the game. You were always the stronger one, your light outshining the clouds and shade I projected your way. Pushing you away was easier than admitting I needed your love to save me. The weight of what I have done to you will not allow me to rest well. Down into a cave of silent contemplation I descend. Still, your heartbeat echoes through me as a reminder of what I might yet rise into. The cycles I am stuck in, leave me raw and ashamed. I am fearful of what might greet me if I looked in the mirror after setting the honest intention to change. I was accustomed to seeing only void reflected from the depths of my eyes. Knowledge of your presence in the world refracts the light beautifully from within me now. So I'm going to get some initials, and this can be a first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got P, Q, N, E, J, and T. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 1. I hope the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I again offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video, as well as in the channel section of my page. The format over there is a little different from here. I do pick-a-card readings as well as general energy check-ins, and the topics that I cover are about spirituality, ascension, wellness, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check out my new channel, and I thank you for your support in helping that channel to grow, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Group 2, you chose the Amethyst along with this letter, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some oracle cards to get kind of just a general broad sort of energy check-in with this person, see where they're at on their personal journey in regards to this connection. Okay, so we have wind, activation, love, compassion, and desert, vision quest. So these energies really speak to some kind of a shift, some kind of an inspiration, some kind of an epiphany that has really broken through some resistance within this person. It feels that they've been in a period of introspection. Maybe some new information has come to them. This could be something even through a form of divine intervention, maybe a meditative practice that they have embarked upon, some kind of changes to their lifestyle, to their health, maybe focusing more on spirituality and wellness that has cracked the code in some way for this person to unlocking an aspect of their perception of their own ability to give and receive love, which in turn it feels like has rippled out into how they are viewing you in the connection. Everything that has taken place in the past, where the two of you are at right now in the situation, and what the possibilities are for the future. It feels that there's a lot of exploration that needs to be done. This is just a precipice or a threshold which has been crossed, but it's an important first step in the direction to kind of coming home to self, coming to this place of balance within, so that in the material world they are able to provide you with some kind of measurable communication, some kind of resolution, the answers to questions. This is really, it feels like a first step toward ascension within, which then opens the door to the ascension of the connection as a whole. A lot of their thoughts at this time feel to be about you in the connection, and really missing and sensing almost this void of your presence within their life. Feeling almost very alone, very parched, without kind of the nourishment of your energetic presence, without the constancy of the interactions between the two of you, something that they may have taken for granted in the past due to even kind of a blocked heart chakra. It feels like something has really given way, something has really moved or even collapsed within themselves that is allowing them to perceive you, to perceive the value of the connection and the nature of the energies that are exchanged between the two of you from this different vantage point, from this higher perspective. Again, still a lot of kind of clues that they are needing to decipher. But this is somebody who is embarking on that energy of exploration, rather than kind of resisting, pushing this away, or trying to kind of close off or stuff away these feelings. There's an openness here. There's a curiosity here, a sense that there is some kind of answer that they are seeking, maybe a lot that they've been seeking in the outside world, and that gaze has instead been turned within, turned to the heart space. Again, maybe in other ways, or just kind of very haphazardly, it feels like they've almost stumbled upon this energy. So this may even be reflective of something that you've been doing on yourself, energetic work within yourself, efforts to kind of detach or sort of release this person or release expectations. It has rippled out, it has affected them. It has reached them across kind of this great distance of silence, across any kind of blockades. They are receiving sort of these telepathic messages, these heart space messages. The love you're sending is getting through, and it feels to be very much a companion and almost a guide stone for this person as they are navigating this journey within themselves to explore and discover ways in which they may have almost deliberately self-sabotaged or kind of kept wish fulfillment, kept healthy and reciprocal love at a distance. Kind of a perspective that has opened up for them, that what they may have been entertaining or prioritizing up to this point in time was in fact the absence of love, or like a meager love. Somebody who feels really starved for genuine affection and may have had a tendency to just kind of mask that with other things. But there's been a shift in their priorities, a shift in their desire, a shift that is beginning in their understanding of what truly fills them at the heart level and the soul level, which may be very different from what they had been filling their life with, or choosing kind of prior to this turning point that has occurred within them. So I'm going to read the letter from their higher self now and see, what does your person want to tell you, group 2? My armor against you is becoming brittle. I am forgetting my vow to let you go, to watch you drift away without protest or effort to convince you to stay. You are temptation of the sweetest kind. Your expansion beckons me beyond my comfort zone. Keep growing. I am not far behind. There are miles stacked between us, and I am only a thought away. Cry out to me in your darkest hour. I will shield you with everything I am beyond the complications of this material plane, so that your will to persevere will be enhanced as you continue to illuminate the path to our greatest becoming. Thank you for birthing a new future for us and for being the one to extract us from the loop we have been circling for lifetimes. I was the spark. You are become the living flame. Your evolution helps me remember my true name, beyond the labels I have been entombed by. The mystery of why we chose this journey together tugs at my awareness. Ours is an ancient story of stars threaded into a canopy of possibility, amidst which we have traveled and danced. I need you to forget what you thought this experience was supposed to be about, and open to receiving the true purpose of our journey together, which has been reserved for precisely this moment in time. So I'm going to get some initials, and this can be a first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got B, T, N, Z, R, P, S, A, H, and E. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter group 2. I hope the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and again, channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot, and there's a link to that in the channel section of my page. The format there is a little different from here. I do pick-a-card readings as well as general energy check-ins, and the topics that I cover are about spirituality, ascension, wellness, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out, and I thank you for your assistance in helping that channel to grow, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the rose quartz along with this letter, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some oracle cards to get kind of a feel for the energies of where this person's at right now in their personal journey and in regards to the connection. Okay, we have Shaman, Ancient Healing Wisdom. Dragonfly, Emergence. And Cave, Sanctuary. So this cave card came up in group 1. So if you felt inclined to watch that group, you may want to do so after this one. There could be additional messages there for you. But it feels like a powerful transformation has happened with this person. This cave in this situation is bringing forth the idea of almost the hermit energy. So through a period of withdrawal, silence, or separation, maybe a prolonged period of no contact between the two of you, this person has really gone through some powerful transformations within themselves. Maybe a lot of aspects of their whole life is different, or at least kind of the horizon that they are aiming towards at this point has really shifted. This feels to be somebody who is coming into greater alignment with their purpose. This is someone who's answering the call within. They may even be kind of doing that internal journey work, doing that internal shadow work, clearing a lot away from their life, kind of leaning into this energy of flow with transformation, changes that may be occurring or that they are feeling really called to make in order to create this internal space within them and sort of the proper conditions in their environment in order to bring to fruition, to bring out into the open the manifestation of whatever this life purpose is for them, whatever this call to action is for them. A lot of inner child healing that might be kind of the focus at this point in time. Moving beyond heartbreak, illusions, perceptions of who they are relative to kind of their role in their family, their role in society, how they are showing up in loving connections and partnerships. A lot of sifting through the illusions and really reaching kind of the truth of who they are or the identity they would like to step into as something very separate from who people have told them that they should be. This is somebody who's accessing their inner light, their inner power, someone who may be exploring and really experiencing a lot of positive results with the law of attraction and with manifestation. So they're starting to notice that as they are kind of clearing this clutter and debris from themselves, from the internal circumstances and their outside world, that things are just coming more easily to them. Success is coming. The way forward is being shown. Helpful people are turning up in their life and in their reality. This is somebody who's starting to feel really good inside, and so the outside circumstances are changing. There's motivation there. There's almost an increased pace or velocity to this. This is somebody who's hungering for transformation at this point in time, where they may have been very resistant to that, very uncertain of what lies on the other side of that transformational process in the past. A lot of wisdom that they've stepped into, a lot of psychic gifts they may have tapped into as well, a new version of this person that is getting ready or has already started to emerge in many ways out into the material world. This feels to be an important step relative to this connection as far as the kind of change they are now capable of bringing forth to you by way of communication, maybe an apology, maybe learning to lean in and work with the energies between the two of you in a more productive and balanced manner than they had in the past. Clarity has really come to them as well. A lot of this may still be kind of beyond their comprehension in a logical sense, but it's felt at the soul level about some kind of greater significance about the two of you colliding with each other in this lifetime. A lot of activations that have taken place, maybe a profound period of kind of moving through this energy of the dark night of the soul, stepping further into this ascension journey. And maybe if that's even not conscious, it's something that's happened at the energetic level where now they're showing up differently in the world. They're seeing the world with different eyes. Again, this kind of call within them to move in a certain direction, to let some things go, or to kind of call in or bring in or focus more on other aspects of themselves and the life that they would like to be leading. This is taking precedence over sort of what they had filled their time with in the past. So this is an energy of empowerment here, somebody who's coming into that greater alignment with self, bringing balance to the masculine and feminine polarities within self, in order to kind of generate change in all areas of their life, generating that change within, which then facilitates the possibility of generating measurable change, productive change, bringing healing forth into this connection. They may be considering reaching out to you, coming out from the shadows, coming out from this period of withdrawal, but holding themselves back. It feels like a lot of them are starting to be cognizant of kind of signs and synchronicities, or at least this sort of recognizing this inner call, which is helping them to kind of navigate through different circumstances in their life. There may still be more that they are needing to kind of step through or develop more before they feel that the time is right to reach out to you, to bring forth some kind of truth, or to open the door to the possibility of sort of working on things. But it's something where it's a degree of kind of taking a personal responsibility in this situation that might have been very absent from the circumstances before. This could have been somebody who was very impulsive, and this feels to be more of a measured energy, more of a wise energy. They may have been through some struggles recently, or in, kind of the recent past in their life, and the experiences of that has really unearthed for them some inner strength, some inner gifts that they had overlooked or had been unaware of. And this feels like the energy of somebody learning to really work with those gifts, utilize these things, stepping into a place of confidence and comfort with that, in order to, again, kind of be able to sort of reemerge into your reality, bring forth something, but something of value, something of meaning. This is not someone who's interested in kind of repeating the same cycles. It's almost like they will stay distant until they are confident that they are able to bring change in your direction. And that change, meanwhile, is kind of happening on the internal landscape and is rippling out into their material reality. So I'm going to read the letter now from their higher self, and let's see, what does this person want you to know right now, group 3. To say there is resonance between us is an understatement. The mechanism of familiarity I have always felt when you are with me makes me aware of the greater possibilities of who I am as a soul beyond my surface level identity. I find myself watching the familiar faces around me and recognizing their strangeness against the backdrop of my constant environment. Maybe this is what it is to transcend. The feeling of my sanctuary melting away is bittersweet. I know I must push forward, that your love will guide me, and yet I am clinging still to these illusions. Through your eyes, I see the way the world might be, and there's a goodness there which I struggle to detect through the smog on ordinary days. I feel the return trip to you is already underway. We are both so dramatically changed from the people we once were. It stings to recollect those simpler times we enjoyed that are now littered with the awareness of how that tranquility of a single elongated moment was shifted by me flinching rather than leaning into your open arms as I should have. I continue to miss you and to be stubborn in my resistance to admitting that. The love I have for you is still very much alive. Don't be fooled by the illusion of silence. So I'm going to get some initials now, and this can be a first, middle, or last name if you were this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got G, E, P, H, Z, R, O, and A. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter group 3. I hope the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and again, channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot, and there's a link in the channel section of my page for that. The format over there is a little different from here. I do pick-a-card readings as well as general energy check-ins, and the topics that I cover are about spirituality, ascension, wellness, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out, and I thank you in advance for your support in helping that channel to grow, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.